Interesting question.
There is this noisy sound again.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I think it's my beard rubbing on the microphone.
Please shave it.
Yeah.
No.
Never shave the beard. Hi, this is Touko
Hi, this is Leevi.
of One Morning Left, and you're listening to Pommesgabel, the podcast of powermetal.de.
Before we start with the episode, a quick call to action. We are happy and proud that Empirican chose us as one of the top 10 podcasts in Europe and nominated us for the Empirican Next Generation voting. Now we need your help. Please go to our show notes, click on the link to Empirican and vote for us. You can vote once per day until May 23rd. So whenever you think about us, leave us another vote, please. Thanks for your help.
An unsere deutschen Zuhörer, diese Folge ist einmal mehr in englischer Sprache, weil unsere Gäste aus dem wunderschönen und leider viel zu weit entfernten Finnland kommen. Ich wünsche euch trotzdem ganz, ganz viel Spaß damit.
Oh, that was nice, Marcel. He just said that Finland is a beautiful country, but it's far away, too far away from us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Poetic. Right.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Pommesgabel podcast, the podcast of powermetal.de. You already heard Marcel speaking the introduction. He just said that this podcast episode is in English only because we have guests from Finland. Hello, Leevi and Touko from One Morning Left. How are you?
Hi,
Hi. Oh, we're good. We're fantastic.
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm very fine, thank you very much. What about you, Pia?
Yeah, I wrote down so many questions for this podcast that I'm a little bit, I don't know. I'm very curious about this episode, to be honest.
Bamboozled? Maybe?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yes.
Hope so. As you just said, our magazine is, or our podcast is called Pommesgabel. That is actually the fork you eat your fries with in Germany.
Nice.
No.
Do you have a name for this in Finnish?
I think we just call it a fork.
Yeah, a fork.
It's just, any kind of fork. We're not too picky with our fry utensils.
But we also use this for the metal horns because this Pommesgabel actually looks like the metal horns. How do you call them in Finland?
I think we just say heavy merkki, which means the heavy metal hand signal.
Whoa.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yes. I tried to find out something about the band One Morning Left and about you, and that's pretty hard, to be honest. So please introduce yourselves. Who are you and what are you doing in the band? I could answer that about you, but yeah, it makes more sense when you introduce yourself.
All right, we can try it. Leevi, do you want to go first?
All right. My name is Leevi, as you say in Finnish and not with an English accent. My name is Leevi, and I do the clean vocals and some guitaring.
A lot of guitaring, I'd say.
All right. I do guitaring, let's say.
Yeah,
I play the
that.
guitar, an instrument called guitar, in One Morning Left.
Oh, yeah.
And I joined the band somewhere between 2013 or 2014. And Metalcore Superstars is the very first album that features me. And the very first song we did with me was Star of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a hell of a ride since then. Touko has been in this from the very beginning. Took a short break, about 8 years in between.
Just a short one.
I think it was more like 10.
All right. Yeah. So you want to tell us about that?
Yeah. So my name is Touko. I play the keyboards. And so I was a founding member in 2008 or something. And then I took a 10-year hiatus from the band, and now I'm back. And now we wrote an album, and it's about to be released.
People out there, if you're only interested in what we are talking about, Hyperactive, the upcoming album of One Morning Left, you can jump to the chapter marks and then you can, do some time traveling to that part of the podcast, because in between, I think we will talk about something else also until we get there. Leevi, you also play, I think you play bass and sing in Atlas, right?
I used to, but now I play guitar and sing in Atlas.
Yeah,
okay.
he gained a promotion.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Yeah,
It's the only way to put it.
Shout out to all the bass players out there.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah, man.
Touko, do you also play in another band?
Well, yeah, kind of. I have my Finnish language pop project where I sing. It's called Hopeinen Skorpion. It's the Silver Scorpion. So
okay.
Yeah, it's just like a fun project that we do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can check it out on Spotify and stuff.
Yeah, we will link it in the show notes so that people can easily find it.
Ooh,
if
lovely.
I can find it.
Yeah, but a word of warning, it is in Finnish.
Yeah, that's okay.
Good stuff.
But talking about what you do with One Morning Left, I would describe your music as very funny metalcore with synthesizers, but also with classical Finnish metal guitars. Do you agree on this?
Yeah, pretty much.
Kinda.
Sounds about right.
What is classical Finnish heavy metal guitars?
How can I describe that? When I listen to the song Heavy Metal Finland, there is, I think in the second strophe, there is this guitar solo. And I was like, okay, this is definitely a band from Finland. And I was right with that. So I don't know, it's a very typical sound that I only know from Finnish metal bands.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're glad to hear that.
Yeah, thank you.
We are very proud to, represent our home country. So that's just a good thing.
Yeah, we love Finland. So
Yeah.
if we can put it out there by playing guitar and people will recognize it as coming from Finland, I take it as a compliment, definitely.
I guess it makes sense because, all of us have been listening to a lot of Finnish metal music, growing up. So, it all makes sense.
I also told this in an earlier episode of this podcast. In the very first years that I listened to metal, I was only listening to bands from Finland. So I listened to Nightwish, Stratovarius, Sonata Arctica, Children of Bodom.
Oh, yeah.
So
Nice.
maybe I recognized that sound in your music as well because of that.
The good
All
old
right.
ones.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, listening to your music is fun, but in the lyrics, you're dealing also with topics like depression and self-improvement and becoming the best version of yourself. When you listen to the songs, that's not necessarily the first thing that you think about, but I thought about this from the mental health perspective. So is this maybe your way of helping people dealing with depression and other mental illnesses, so to get some distraction?
Definitely. So the whole thing is kind of the main thing about One Morning Left has always been, but now evolved to a next level of being fun and having fun, but doing it with great detail, with skills, doing it with pride. We're going some changing of genres, mixing up genres like metal and Eurodance, synthwave, retrowave, all that, dubstep, all that fun stuff.
Gangster rap.
Oh, hell yeah, from the 90s.
Schlager.
But we're from Finland, and the most of the time of the year, it's dark, it's cold, it's made its mark on our flesh, so to speak, or our souls, or whatever. And I think it's a thing that I'm talking about depression, especially, and being addicted to substances or something like that. It's a very Finnish thing, common in Finland, so to speak. So I think the way we handle it through our music is a good way for anyone dealing with the same kind of stuff to, feel connected or find the funny side of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it's just our way of dealing with these issues.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Is making music, especially music like this, also a kind of therapy for you?
It's
It is.
absolutely a therapy, yeah.
Yeah, man. Have you ever ever heard as fun song as Ruby Dragon?
Yeah, I read about the story behind it. Yeah, that was my...
It's one of the most darkest, lyric-wise or inspiration-wise in lyrics. But the song itself is a opera. It's a heavy metal opera with all the 80s cliches and
pretty much.
big intros, stadium drums, and all that.
And is the Ruby Dragon kind of the metaphor for an end boss?
No, the Ruby Dragon is more of a metaphor for like a better version of yourself.
Ah, okay. So something you want to reach.
Yeah, so like it's about like finding your inner strength.
The original title of Ruby Dragon was something like The Eternal Shadows of Ruby Dragon Confronting the Emerald Dragon or something like that. It was, we had to cut it down. The title
obviously.
Ruby Dragon is a director's cut.
So can we expect an extended version of the song?
Or part 2.
Yeah.
Continuum.
Yeah, we could do a part 2. Just for you.
That would be great. I would appreciate that.
All right, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leevi, this is not a real question, but I just wanted to say that it's always great to see you on stage because you are a person who spreads a lot of positivity and one can see that you're really having fun on stage. And as I also read, you were bullied in your childhood, so it's very great to see that you transport not bad things on stage or aggression or something like this, but all this positivity. That's really cool. That's really great to see.
Thank you. So if I can open up a little bit, is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, man. That's not the first time I've heard that, but I'm thankful for your kind words. But the things I do on stage are, they are really truthful. I show what I'm feeling, like honest fun, honest energy. There's no other place that I can be like that. So I appreciate the live shows. I want to give out as much energy to the people coming there as I wish to have energy back, equal exchange. I want to spread out some good energy. That's it.
And what kind of energy and connection do you feel during live shows? Can you explain it?
I have some hashtags if we want to hear.
Yeah, sure.
Hashtag mayhem. Hashtag equal exchange.
That's a good one.
Yeah, man. Patent pending. Hashtag, it's just somewhere between violence and good times. I don't know. It's a feeling I can't describe in words.
Maybe also opening up or showing, the true self.
I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Like you are kind of naked on that stage. Like that is what it is. Like you're up there and like everybody's looking at you. It's definitely like you have to be able to open up.
Naked, not literally.
No, not literally, but like emotionally naked.
Naked, not yet. So come to our shows in German.
But you did shows with these onesies. I don't know if they are also called onesies in English or Finnish. These one-piece overall things. So they are quite tight. So they are almost like the person is naked, I guess.
That's a good one. I'm writing that down.
You can expect us to wear tights in our next shows.
Yeah, I'm messaging our manager at the moment.
Yeah,
please hold
proper
on.
80s style.
Yeah. Onesies, skin tight onesies, pink, green, yellow. All right, I'm done. Let's get back to business.
Pretty much just like Manowar style.
But without leather and fury.
It's a little known fact that Manowar invented men. Carry on.
Now that we are already speaking about live shows, how much do you miss being on stage?
So much. so fucking much. It's the main reason I'm doing this. I miss it so much.
I don't miss it as much.
Oh wow,
You
okay.
definitely miss it more than I do.
Oh yeah? You want to talk about that?
No, I'm just a bit more introverted, so I'm not,
All right.
I like being home.
But you'll be the next person that I'll ask this question. So
Right. I miss it really much. It's like the One Morning Left shows. I think there's kind of a trance to it, you know, a state of mind that you really don't know what you're doing, but what you are doing is awesome, and everyone is usually loving it. So
Yeah, it's like a Gigi D'Agostino concert.
what?
Never mind. Carry on.
Carry on. All right.
But Touko, when was your last time on stage with One Morning Left?
Oh, it's been a while.
10 years ago? Or just 10 months?
No, it's like, when was Rockfest, Leevi? Do you remember?
2 years ago.
A year and a half ago, I think. Yeah.
Something like that.
Then, like, the band hasn't really had a lot of gigs after that. Like, there was a couple, but I couldn't go to those for previous thing I had. So I've only I think I've only done one gig since my great return to the band.
Oh, okay. That's not much. But did you play live shows with your pop project?
Oh no, not yet.
I would like to see that.
You'd be invited.
I mean,
we need a
single
bass player.
cover. Yeah. The single cover for Hopeinen Skorpioni features Touko naked in a bathtub.
It does.
So, what do you expect from the live shows then?
Tights.
Well, I would expect myself naked in a bathtub, but that's
On
just
stage, bro.
Yeah,
That's
I'd make
awesome.
like a Rob Halford type of entrance, but instead of a Harley Davidson, I just have a bathtub.
Awesome.
That's pretty much what's going to happen.
Yeah, cool. So bring this on stage and bring this to Germany, please.
I'll see what I can do about that.
Leevi, when you play live, you often quote a Bon Jovi song. You use this "You Gave Love a Bad Name" very often. What's the story behind this?
I mean, the chord progression fits the song, and Bon Jovi is God. So there you have it. Next question.
Full stop.
Yes. Thank you, Jon Bon Jovi, for creating music.
It's a good song.
For inviting happiness.
Yes.
All right.
Where would we be without Jon Bon Jovi?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
It will be a very sad world.
Yes, indeed.
It will.
So, One Morning Left already exists since 2008, but you've been through a couple of lineup changes, right?
Yeah, a few.
Please tell us more about this.
Oh, well, I mean, it was a bit windy in the beginning. People were kind of... I would say that the band was kind of like finding its feet still. And like, honestly, it seems like only now we've arrived at a kind of like a set lineup. Like, I wouldn't expect any lineup changes in the near future. Like, we're like extremely happy with the current lineup we have, and everything's just going great. But
That's
yeah,
right.
like, yeah, at first it was a bit different. Like, people weren't like necessarily as committed to the band, like myself included at first. Like, I just quit. Like, I just didn't want to do it anymore. But then I had 10 years of meditating at Goa or wherever it is, Leevi. That's the official story. And then I was like, all right, it's time to come back. It's time to do this properly.
The dude sat down for 10 years, meditated, and came back with some bitching fucking techniques. I mean, vibrato key parts. I mean, the main issue with the lineup changes must have been, how do you say, artistic
Differences.
Yeah. But I think now during the making of Hyperactive, our brand spanking new, absolutely delight of an album, we found an sound bank, so to speak, for us to create from, and everyone is loving it.
Yeah, I think for the first time the band has a lineup that everybody is pushing to the same direction. Like it's really working at the moment.
Can you maybe tell us how the band started? What was the idea? Was it just, let's do some music together, or what was the idea?
I think it was just Mikko just wanting to do stuff. That was pretty much it. Like Mikko, the vocalist, he's been the driving force of the band like the entire time, pretty much. I wasn't there at the very beginning. I joined like maybe like 2 months after like the band was initially formed. But I'm pretty sure it was just Mikko just like asking people to join his band. That's pretty much what happened. I think he just had like an idea in mind of what he wanted to do, and he just wanted people who could execute it with him.
And do you know what's the meaning behind the band name?
Absolutely no idea. I think it was the band's first drummer who came up with it, but he quit like 3 months after the forming of the band.
He came, you dropped the band name, and then he disappeared.
Yeah. So the story goes this way: everything was fine until somebody brought a keyboard.
Somebody.
It wasn't actually me. It was our former bass player Teemu who brought the keyboard.
Okay.
Wait, no, he was playing the guitar at that time, and I was playing the bass. I don't even remember. It's all so long ago. No, it's just like he didn't enjoy the keyboard and left. And I guess we never found out about the meaning. Could be anything.
During our Twitch stream, acoustic Twitch stream, with all other action going on last summer, Mikko told us the meaning, and it's something like appreciating the moment you're in, like living humbly, but as that there would be only one morning left. So once again, a funny name, but with a deep meaning. That's kind of where our music is.
I guess it's like living
it's fun,
every day
lighthearted. Yeah, it's like fun and lighthearted music, and with a deep meaning.
True. You already said that now there is kind of a steady lineup, you think. How is the band different now from like it was back then?
It's a bit more professional, I would say. Like we actually we have a clear plan of what we're doing, and it's not just like trying to live like a rock star.
Okay. And will the story of the panda and the penguin continue?
Oh, I don't know. You're gonna have to ask Mikko about that. I've no idea where that thing came from.
But I mean, we're singing about dragons now. So if you have panda and a penguin and some fucking epic dragons, which one are you going to sing of?
Yeah, but maybe I think the panda loves the penguin and the other way around. So maybe the children of them are dragons? Does it make any sense?
It could be.
Wow. I'm loving that.
All right.
I'm writing this up.
Yeah, we're stealing that one.
Yeah. I'm messaging my manager at the moment. Please hold up.
None of you has been part of the Pre-Teens and our Cineration albums, right?
No.
Nope.
Okay, so it doesn't make so much sense to ask you about these albums, but what are your thoughts about these albums and what are your favorite songs?
I mean, I was a fan of the band during Panda Heart Penguin and Pre-Teens, and I loved the Pre-Teens album, but now that I'm in the band and I'm creating some way more beautiful, more professional stuff, I think we're evolved from that stage to a whole nother level. And I look at them as the band's history. I think it's very natural for a band to be And it's very healthy for the band to be super hyped about the upcoming stuff more than that was made way back. I mean, no band ever promotes its upcoming album like, yeah, it's cool, but our second album was the best. Like you know what I'm saying, right?
It's always the first demo.
Yeah, the first demo was the best. But for me, I love Epic Fail. I love Hey Yo, Let's Play Tycoon.
That song has a very nice chorus.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Tompa.
Reetu in the house.
He is in the house.
Yeah,
video
that's
is awesome.
a live banger. I mean, when you come to our show and that song hits up, it's just good times, dancing.
Yeah, and you named so many great bands in that song.
Oh, yeah.
So the lyrics are about, I think most of the time you just say band names of other metalcore bands.
Yeah, it's one of those songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you done the lyrics for the new song? No, let's just, list out some fucking band names.
Yep.
And that's how Reetu was made.
Yeah, it wasn't even the first time we did that.
Okay, tell us more.
BD Leftovers also has the exact same thing. It's just band names from the Panda Heart Penguin album.
Ah, okay. So what are your favorites on the Breteens and the Cineration albums?
Breteens is probably Hey Yo, Let's Play Tycoon. My Cineration, I don't remember what songs are on that album. I don't think I've listened to that album, to be honest.
Ah, okay. So maybe you will have to do that to be able to play some of the songs live, if you still do that.
I don't think we play any songs from that album live, to be honest.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's not gonna happen. There's like one song from the album that has been sticking around for a couple of years, and it's Game of Drinking, which is another live banger.
Oh yeah, well that one's my favorite then. We have a new drinking song on the new album, so
The Sinners Are Winners.
yeah, Sinners Are Winners. It is a drinking song.
Winners.
Ah, okay. But I have a couple of questions about the Metalcore Superstars album, just a few. Then we can talk about Hyperactive. First of all, who are the kids on the cover and what do they represent?
You know what? I have no idea. I have no idea who they are. I think one of them is our drummer's one of his children. Mm-hmm. I guess.
I think it is. Yeah.
But it represents the kind of kid-like enthusiasm we have for creating music. That's it. And the kind of a childish way to look at your, when you're a kid, you look up to all these dudes like Mötley Crüe and all these, old school rock stars that lived like rock stars. But when you grow up, you grow past that. You don't see them as good people as you thought they were as kid. So, it's somewhere in between those two.
Okay. And you also have a song, for me it's one of the most impressive songs on that album, that's Sticks and Stones.
Oh,
and
yeah.
In this song you describe games and fantasy worlds that little kids play, but children can also be mean. I think that's also part of the song. So my question on that song, would you like to go back to your childhood, maybe with all these things you know nowadays?
That's perfectly said. That's perfectly said. And the rhyme song, the Sticks and Stones May Break My Bones, it's kind of about my, being bullied at school when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. I created the lyrics remembering all the good times I had with my little brother growing up. And it's I'm a bit touchy-feely about that. So sorry,
Yeah, take your time. It's all good. And if you don't want to talk about it, just tell us. That's also fine.
No. It's a good thing. This is a good feeling, but it's about that. It's about we grow up and you kind of grow apart. I guess that's one way. Drift apart, grow apart, something like that. You don't have as much free time as you had as a kid. And it's just carefree. It's carefree times. It's stress-free. No anxiety, no depression. It's just good times with your little brother, playing. That's it.
And would you like to go back to these days sometimes, or maybe also with what you know now about life or how life will be for you in the future?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Not all the time, but there are some days for everyone in the Western countries that the stress is just too much to take and you would like to be a child again, carefree, not to stress about money or social status, how well your songs are streaming, kind of stuff like that.
In Germany, we say that when you grow up, the monsters from under your bed, they move into your mailbox.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
I think that fits pretty well.
It fits perfectly. Thank you.
As I already said, Heavy Metal Finland, for me, is a good example for the typical Finnish guitars or guitar parts in your songs. So you already mentioned some bands, but are there also some metal bands from Finland that influence your music?
Children of Bodom.
Yep,
definitely. Like without Aleksi Laiho, I wouldn't be playing stuff I play today. He was a childhood hero of mine. Like that's number one. And him, you can definitely hear some of that in the upcoming stuff.
Touko, how about you?
Well, I was also a huge Children of Bodom fan.
Because of Janne or because of Aleksi?
I think it was just the band, but I mean Aleksi mostly. I mean, obviously, like Janne is a fantastic keyboard player, but I've never been that interested in like the virtuosity. Like for like instrumentalists, it's always been more about the songwriting. Even though, well, the band was full of virtuosos, like they were all masters of their instrument. They also were like fantastic songwriters. Definitely a huge influence to me. Nightwish also, I was a huge fan as a kid. Tuomas Holopainen was a big influence for me.
Yeah, a really good songwriter as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for me, I've always been more interested in the songwriting process rather than the being very good at the instrument part, which is obviously like very important and impressive, but just doesn't really do it for me.
How was it for you when the news came up that Aleksi Laiho died by the end of 2020?
Devastating.
Yeah.
End of an era. He was the last rock star of Finland in the near history.
Yeah, I was devastated.
Yeah, me too. Because I listened to a lot of Children of Bodom stuff, and the band, obviously not the band members, but the music was always there for me. And even though I listened to other music later, I always had some moments when I thought, okay, let's listen to Children of Bodom now. And then, this message came, and I was like, wow, that it can be. I couldn't believe it in the beginning. So yeah.
Yeah, like
devastating describes it good.
Yeah, that was the first idea. Like I thought it was a joke.
A bad joke,
obviously. Yeah, but yeah, may he rest in peace. He's very much missed.
Yes, but let's go to some more funny questions.
Yes.
Because this podcast became a bit like your music, fun in the beginning, but now we're going to this deeper topics. But I prepared some more funny questions also. So there's a really funny video for the You're Dead, Let's Disco song. Where was that filmed? It's also on a ship, right?
So I've studied maritime. I'm a sailor.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and it was the boat I lived in and worked in at the moment. It was old school Finnish Navy minesweeper submarine bomber ship that had been turned into a party boat with jacuzzi and sauna and all that kind of DJ kind of nightclub on a boat shit. And I asked my boss, like, I'm in a band, so can we, schedule a day for us for party and get it on camera? So he listened to the song and was like, dude, this is awesome, do it. And it was just the funniest day with the funniest people on a boat. Hell yeah.
Awesome.
It's always better when you're on a boat.
Yeah, there's definitely a kind of a, when you smell the ocean air and you have some booze, it's always fun.
Do you know this fun project from the USA? It's by a filmmaker. I think they are called The Lonely Island.
Yeah.
They have a track that's called I'm on a Boat.
I am very aware of that song, and it was played during the shootings of the video. And it was just a fantastic day. I'm not going to go into detail for protection-wise, but it was fun. Next question, please.
Yes, it's a question about your vocals, Leevi. You're doing the clean vocals, but there are also parts on Metalcore Superstars where when the vocals change from the clean vocals to the growls. Is that also you growling, or did you mix the vocalists here?
No, it's actually me. Yeah, and you're going to be hearing some of that in our upcoming stuff, but it's more, doing the beautiful kind of clean, full clean singing.
Yeah, and the soaring, angelic, clean vocals.
Oh wow, angelic.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so guys, from your point of view, what are the main musical differences between Metalcore Superstars and the upcoming record?
But yeah, interesting question. I haven't really thought about it that way. I guess it's a bit more mature in a way. There's less of the the kind of joke breakdowns that the band has been doing. I mean, there's obviously a lot of humor in our music still, but I think it has kind of given way to the more deeper and darker topics and sounds in our music. So I would say it's a bit more mature now. What about you, Leevi?
Yeah, I'm down with mature. Yeah, so a way more mature songwriting wise. When you strip down instrument by instrument, you will hear better playing, cooler stuff. It's hard to say. The overall feel of the album is we've created another world, Metalcore Superstars doesn't have that. Hyperactive has its own world. You put on song 1 to the ending. It's
very immersive.
Yeah, it's a trip to a whole nother dimension or to a whole nother fantasy world.
Because it does have that theme album kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, it's just so good. Buy it. Come to our shows.
So, was this the reason why you named your upcoming record Hyperactive? So, what does this title says about your style and your personality?
It says about the musical style, definitely. It's a hyperactive album, and the title song Hyperactive kind of sums down the whole album. I mean, Ruby Dragon is an introduction to the world, the album that we created on the album, and Hyperactive is the summary of the whole thing. But it's so good, the sound world, the sound palette is so good that we spoiler alert, we've started to create another album with the same kind of feel, the same kind of palette,
Yeah.
and taken the songwriting to a whole nother level. Now that we have a clear vision of what the band will sound on in the future, it's so much easier to create, to write.
The title Hyperactive also reflects the society that we live in. It's about like how, well, I mean, compared to like, I don't know, 50 years ago, our attention spans are way shorter than they used to be. I mean, maybe thanks to social media. I mean, you can't be all attributed to it, but I mean, there's a lot of like, you know, you're on Instagram and you're just kind of like scrolling through and you don't pay attention to anything. You just kind of like, you know, fill your head with nonsense.
You have to have everything immediately.
Yeah.
That's hyperactive thinking. And that's what we're kind of...
We're sort of criticizing, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
criticizing. Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a critique, but it's more of like a, well, you know, this is just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, the social media and internet has given us so much during the years at the moment. But at the same time, it's destructive, it's addicting, it's all that. And we're kind of singing about finding the golden midway to kind of keep the good things, but say bye-bye to the bad things.
I listened to the album once, so I got the promo copy today. Didn't have so much time to listen to it beforehand, but I also heard that Hyperactive, you sing that you disconnect from this fast world or think about disconnection.
Yep.
So is this the new way of rebellion, disconnecting from the internet from time to time or from this fast world from time to time?
Yeah, it's like you're seeing your friends and you're saying like, yeah, I think I'm gonna close my phone for a week, and everyone loses their shit. It's rebellion.
There is a kind of game when you go to the restaurant with your friends, everybody puts the smartphone upside down on the table, and the one who looks at the smartphone first has to pay the bill.
Nice.
I think we should all be doing that.
Especially when we meet in person. So nowadays it's very good that we have internet, that we can connect.
At the moment it's fantastic.
Yeah, but when we can meet in person, then yeah, we should put the smartphone away.
Yeah.
Do you have a strategy for disconnecting from everyday life or from this fast world sometimes?
I do. My spouse and I just kind of cook. We do a lot of cooking. We spend a lot of time doing that. And it's just our way of spending time together. Just, you know, neither of us is going to look at their phone. We're just going to like be there in the moment and just spend a lot of time like preparing a meal for each other. That is like a daily thing that we do. And I've found it very healthy, I guess.
I have the most beautiful daughter in the whole world. Of all time.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, when you look at her and do stuff with her, it's you don't think about anything else. It's meditative. It's just pure love. And also I have the craziest wolf of Finland.
Yes.
My dog, which likes to go on a very long walks. So when you're walking in the nature for an hour, I do my best to, you know, feel the nature, be a part of it. It's something that I've found in the last 5 years. It's called mindfulness, meditating, and I've kind of adapted it to every day, like having a play with your daughter or having a walk with your dog. It's not astrophysics. It's very simple things, doing with great patience. Just pay attention to what you're doing.
So, Pia, how do you disconnect?
I think I'm not so addicted to all this stuff. So for me, it's not so hard to put my phone away for a while. But for me, when I do sports, then I don't use my phone at all. When we were able to go to the gym, then I even didn't take it with me. So when I do sports, I totally focus on sports. I guess that's it.
What's the point of going to the gym if you can't take selfies?
Have you really been there if there isn't any proof?
Yeah.
Pick or it didn't happen.
Yes, exactly.
So guys, let's talk about your 3 singles you will release. Neon Highway, Ruby Dragon and Sinners Are Winners. Do these singles representing the whole sound of the upcoming record?
It's a Ruby Dragon, not a Ruby Dragon.
Ruby Dragon, sorry. Ruby.
Robbie has a nice ring to it. Why not?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, man. Actually, we're releasing, or A Rising Empire, the very great label we're in, wanted to put out 6 singles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we released Neon Highway, Ruby Dragon, and Sinners Are Winners. But after that, we're going to be releasing Ruthless Resistance and Creatures and Downfall.
But yeah, I'd say those 6 singles they're pretty good idea of what the album is like. Like that's over
That's
half
almost half of the album.
It's over half of the album. Yeah. So yeah, definitely.
And will there be videos for the upcoming singles as well?
Yeah, Sinners Are Winners has a video coming up tomorrow as we're recording this. So, and then Creatures also will have a music video, as will Downfall. So 4 in total, if you count Neon Highway.
Neon Highway to me looks like a more digital version of the Hyper video that Eskimo Callboy did.
Everybody's saying that.
I can imagine.
Dude, like what? We're 2 very different things. Eskimo Callboy and us.
Because of the setting.
All right. Okay.
It's just, I think it's just the clothes and like that's like the 80s aesthetic. That's why people make a comparison.
The colors as well.
I mean, we don't mind the comparison. It's just funny because like we have this little like inside joke because like anytime anybody mentions that song, it's a whole thing because the comment section of the Neon Highway YouTube video is just it's 90% hyper.
Yep.
No, it's not. Come on. No, it's at maximum it's 10% or something like that.
All right.
Get real here.
It's still a lot of hyper in there.
Okay.
And be honest, the title Hyperactive is also an homage on Hyper, right?
No, it's not.
I'm going to be totally honest with you. I haven't heard the song. I'm sorry. I have no idea if it's anything similar to our stuff.
It's not.
All right.
It's seriously not.
I'm sure it's great, though.
Hyper is only about fun. It's all about fun, I'd say.
Well, good. You need songs like that.
Yes. That was also the intention of Eskimo Callboy, to give the people something that they can just laugh about at the times of the pandemic. It's all good with that.
Yeah.
With which song did you have the most fun while recording?
Wow. Oh, man.
Oh, it's been fun doing the whole album. So a lot of laughing. I mean, whole throughout the recording and creating process and the post-production process. I mean,
Downfall was pretty interesting because Mikso has a rap verse in it. And that took a bit of time to nail it in the studio. Let's just say Mikso and I took a bit of a journey that day to get that finished. So I was doing the engineering for the vocals, and it was a wild ride.
Yeah, man. When you're not a native English speaker, it's always a hard thing to do those faster bits.
Yep, definitely.
When recording vocals. But I think it ended up really, really good.
Oh yeah, it really did.
I think the most fun guitar-wise was Ruby Dragon and Sinners Are Winners.
You and I also had a blast when recording Ruthless Resistance, like the vocal parts, because we started recording without having a chorus. Like we're just like we'll just come up with it, And yeah, we did. We truly did.
And ended up, opening up the Ruthless Resistance chorus with the words, "Through 7 seas, no matter where you are."
We were
It was so fun.
Iron Maiden that day.
Yeah, man. Old school heavy metal.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell to the motherfucking yes. I mean, I love Iron Maiden. I love Judas Priest. I love all that. I wanted to have a bit of that in a sense of honoring the history they've made.
Definitely.
Leaving a mark on the music of our lifetime.
We wouldn't be here without Iron Maiden.
Or Judas Priest.
Yeah.
Like, we owe them so much.
Yeah.
Or Bon Jovi.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me started on Bon Jovi.
You just said that, we have to mention David Hasselhoff as well.
Yes, we do.
You just said that sometimes it's hard to, when you're not a native speaker, to do these English vocals or the English language when you have to sing it fast. How about the lyrics itself? Do you have someone or a native speaker who double checks the lyrics?
I usually double check them, yeah. I'm not a native speaker, but, my English is on a good enough level so that I can do that.
Okay.
It's like music-wise the same thing. I come up with these crazy ideas I can't, put in the words. So I'm just waving my arms, being hyperactive, jumping around, and Touko is trying to translate that into his laptop. Like, what the fuck is this dude saying?
That's a lot of our songwriting sessions right there.
Pretty much. Me going crazy and Touko trying to get a hold of what I'm trying to say.
Me sitting still for 12 hours straight, working on my computer. It's pretty much how it is.
Fun is a very important theme for you. So how important is fun or a funny component for your music and metalcore in general?
I think it's very important. Like, I do enjoy having humor be a part of the music, because why wouldn't it be? It's a part of life. Like, why would you just not include that in your art?
I have a long answer for that, like a really, really long answer. But without being dishonorable to anyone, I think the main problem with metal is that they take themselves too seriously. I love serious stuff. I play in Atlas. It's a serious band. There's no fun in there. It's cold and you're dying and fucking surviving music-wise. But for One Morning Left, it's having that light at the end of a tunnel kind of thing. It's not a joke. Like, for me, it was very important to keep it lighthearted, keep it fun, but not to be a joke. There's a line where it's clever, like, say, the recorder breakdown in Metalcore Superstars, You're Dead, Let's Disco. We had a vision of doing a basic kind of EDM or trance kind of keyboards for the breakdown. And we jumped around with ideas for a long, long time. And Miksu came up like, fuck this, let's just have a recorder over it. And it ended up, and it's great. Like, it's not a joke. Well, it kind of is.
It is a joke.
Yeah, it is kind of a joke. But the song itself isn't a joke. The band itself isn't a joke. It's just fun and lighthearted.
So this is a good theme for my next question about Neon Highway. So is this for you a modern metal love song?
Yeah, definitely.
It is. It is a love song. Yeah. We wanted to include, like, I love Periphery a lot. Like, these djemdy kind of guitars and the stuff Mark Holcomb especially does. And I wanted to have that. But I wanted to influence, I wanted to have some 80s and neon kind of synthwave, retro wave kind of vibes to it. Old school Nintendo music to it, and I think the combination ended up being perfect. I love the song. I love the soundscape of it, and huge thanks to it goes to Touko.
Yay!
Yay! You did it, bro.
I did it!
You did it, buddy.
Yeah, lyrically, it's just a love song. Like, that's pretty much it. Nothing much more to it. But yeah, I do think that it is a modern metal love song.
Another song I want to ask you is Sinners and Winners. So, what do you want to tell us with this song?
With Sinners Are Winners, we're trying to say that dedicating your life to mindless partying doesn't end up well ever. It's like you can have it every once in a while. But going through a lot of partying years ago, I came up to realization that it doesn't bring any kind of fulfillment to your life. It's just empty.
Yeah, it's like an anti-party anthem. Like, it sounds and feels like a party anthem, but in reality, we're just kind of like criticizing the rock and roll lifestyle. Like, it doesn't really bring fulfillment to anybody.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's fun every once in a while. You know, like at a festival, let's say, or at a show. Or, you know, but dedicating your whole life to it, you know, making plans in your life, future plans, by thinking how much I can party if I do this and that. It's not cool.
So another song is called Life, Love, Love. And I think it's a sarcastic one. So what are your...
Oh, really?
What are your
conclusion?
Live, love, love, fuck you.
Yeah, man.
And what are your thoughts on this stupid life advice?
I mean, it's at its core, the life advice itself isn't stupid. It's actually pretty good. But there was this one moment in Instagram history that it was trending to have that, you know, painting on your wall or shit like that, and it's empty. The whole point is there are these fake Gandhis, you could say, like fake prophets on Instagram, taking pictures of their asses and having a line, live, laugh, love, or shit like that, like live every moment like it's your last. Like it's not, you know, it's not true. It's not the truth. Like, they're armoring themselves with this fake truth, and the truth under it is something way more sinister, like making money, or...
I guess it's about people who say a lot without saying anything, really.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. This is a prime example of me being hyperactive and Touko kind of transcripting it. Yeah, translating it for everyone. We should do all the interviews like this.
All right, maybe we will.
Yeah.
In Drowned God, you involved parts that have already been written in 2008, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Tell us the story behind that. How did that happen that you involved it in an album that's released in 2021?
I was underage at the time. I did most of the riffs, and it never ended up in anything, even in my past, you know, bands or stuff like that. And I just, you know, we had this hyperactive thing coming up, and it was missing a few songs, and I was like, maybe I should check my older stuff. And I was like, whoa, this is so good. I'm going to have some Touko magic on it with epic 80s synthesizers and video game sounds.
I think you just brought that riff up one day and you were like, hey, you want to write like a synthwave intro to this one? And that's kind of how it started. I think most of the guitar riffs were done at that point.
Yeah, they were done.
So it's a really old song. Like, most of it is written way back then.
Mm.
I think it's really nice having it on the album.
Yeah, and I think it fits the modern times as well.
Definitely.
I was ahead of my time in 2008.
A true pioneer.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't sound like an alien on the album, so yeah, it fits pretty well.
Yeah.
There is a song, you already mentioned it, I think. It's Ruthless Resistance. Is that the successor of the OML cult?
I don't know. Maybe.
Might be.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Let's say it is.
Yeah,
let's say it is. I like that idea.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thanks, Pia.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, the song is about, like, we came up with this story of us going on this, like, fantastical adventure.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. This is so ridiculous.
Yeah, so we just came up with a story that we're going to go and save our crew member and videographer, Andre, from trouble. And we wrote this very, like, Star Wars-y kind of lyrics to it, and very, like, cheesy, like, full of cliches. And yeah, I guess it's our homage to, like, adventure movies and stuff.
You know, it is sci-fi fantasy kind of Star Wars.
Yeah, it's very Star Wars-y.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it is, and it is about saving our main man, Andre.
Yeah, Andre has he's done a couple of music videos for us. Neon Highway and Sinners Are Winners are actually directed by him.
So he owns this studio where you can buy a really good music video for $5.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
He has like 4 watches on his arm.
I mean, I'm so glad someone like noticed that, because the really cool posters are actually made by me. I mean, graphic design is my passion.
Yes.
And I wanted to bring that to a music video.
I think I got like a headache from the color combination.
You should sell them in a special package with the album.
We could make a T-shirt out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Hell yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Texting the manager now.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's talk about Downfall again. Touko, this is a very personal song for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, please explain.
Well, it's really like it's about, I mean, Leevi wrote the lyrics, but just kind of hit home for me. Like, it is about, you know, battling anxiety and depression, which are both things that I've been dealing with for years, really. And it's just become really personal for me over the process of writing the album.
And did you talk about this, or was it just by chance that the lyrics are so personal for you?
It is by chance, really. I think Leevi had written the lyrics already when I joined the band.
That's right. I did.
Yeah, that song was pretty much ready when I joined the band. I heard it at the first band practice, and I was like, wow, like, this is some really hard-hitting stuff. It's really like...
I wrote the lyrics during a very stressful time in my life. And that's a prime example of my lyric writing style. It's universal. Like the stuff that has happened to me. I mean, they're personal, but the way I write about them is universal. So it's for people to kind of feel what I feel. Everyone has gone through a very stressful phase in their life, and I think Downfall, you know, people will feel that song. I really believe that.
Yeah, it's very, like, for me, it's very cathartic almost.
That you feel like this when you listen to the song is the proof that, yeah, it worked, that this connection also works through the music with other people dealing with the same stuff.
Yes.
We hope it does, yeah, definitely.
No, it will. I'm really, I really do believe that people will find themselves listening to this album. It is, as Touko said, enforcing, empowering album, lyric-wise. And I mean, it's an hyperactive album, as the title says, so it will get you pumped up.
Yes.
It will give you strength, knowing that people have gone through the same things that you have, in a different way, but, you know, they felt the same things.
Yeah, and I think that's a great combination that you have this lyrics that tell you, I understand how you feel, but at the same time you have this the music that pushes you and that doesn't, I don't know, bring you down or something like many other bands do who deal with these topics.
Exactly. You have understood our meaning perfectly. Thank you, Pia.
Yeah. But I think Downfall will also be a blast on stage.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do you have this in mind when you write songs, that you think about how this will work on stage?
Definitely.
Each and every song on this album was written that it will resonate on stage, playing live, as well as the songs on the record, listening to it. So, as you mentioned, Pia, you have been seeing us playing live or seen videos or something like that. You've seen how energetic it is. You kind of feel the energy. It overwhelms you. You want to be a part of that thing that happens on stage, and you just can't help yourself. You fall into a trance and go fucking bananas.
Yep.
And that's what we wanted to bring. We wanted to sound on the record that we're playing live with the same energy as we do.
Yeah, to be honest, I only saw the videos, but even on the videos, you can see this energy. And I want to go to the High Five Summerfest in Stockholm this year. I hope that it will happen. And yeah, you will play there. So I'm really looking forward to that, to finally also see you on stage myself, not only on YouTube.
Yeah, let's just hope that it happens. It's only been postponed once. Really looking forward to that festival in particular.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's so many cool bands playing.
Yeah, man, the lineup is sick. There's like, sick. Oh my God, it has to happen.
Yeah.
In the song Worry Less, Dance More, you kind of say that the world goes insane. So the topic again is serious, but the song is fun. What's your strategy to deal with the stuff that's going on in the world right now, besides dancing, of course?
Like we say, we have our own ways of dealing with the situation, whether it be cooking or having fun, playful times with your daughter or dog. But if you're thinking music-wise, it's just creating new music. It's writing the next record. It's a lot. It's about listening to 80s hard rock, synth stuff. It's about watching Def Leppard live shows from the 87 and dreaming about being on the stage with them, and basic stuff like that. Watching 80s sci-fi.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I think it's the far better advice for coming through life than the live, love, laugh stuff. Worry less, dance more. I like that slogan.
Yeah, man. It's the song itself is one of those that I wrote most of the riffs when I was underage years ago.
Yeah, it's an old song as well.
But
okay.
it has withstanded time.
Yeah.
Being deep frozen all these years and heated like back to life. Solo. Yeah, man. It's so cool. I mean, we had the kind of a bossa nova or kind of that Spain kind of part, the flamenco kind of do that. We had that, but when Touko added his keyboards to it, it just became it's insane.
It's pretty ridiculous what it is, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to tell us about the album?
It's mind blowing. It will change your life. It will. While listening to it, you will not remember all this kind of COVID shit that is going on. It will make you. It will make you long for live shows. It will make you fall in love with the band. It will make you even more hungrier. What is coming next? It's addicting. It's life changing. It's so fucking good. Yeah, it changed my life too, bro.
And it's better than your demo.
The first one.
Yeah, I'd say.
No. The first one is always the best one. But I mean, this is one of those. I mean, it's cool, but it's not as cool as our first demo.
Yeah, and that's the first press as well.
No, it's just epic.
Yeah, it is. Definitely our best work so far.
That's also what you hear a lot about new albums. But what can you say? Of course, it's the best album so far. The next one's going to be better.
Yeah, I mean, why would you write new music if it isn't the best stuff you've created so far?
Exactly.
Like, what is the point?
Just imagine Metallica going like, we're releasing a new album, but it's not as good as Master of Puppets. Like, why would I buy that?
I mean,
But it would be honest.
Yeah.
to be honest,
I didn't say that. You said that.
I said that.
Yeah, you said that.
well, I mean, if you've heard Lulu, then
Oof. Let's not go there.
and let's not talk about Lulu.
Such a crap. So what is your favorite Metallica album?
Ride the Lightning.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
It's either Master of Puppets or And Justice for All.
Oh, okay.
I love Jason Newsted. He's
Not on that album, though.
he's on And Justice for All.
No, I mean, in theory, he is.
No,
He's very quiet.
Dude. Jason Newsted's performing during the early 90s Metallica is perfect.
That circular mosh that he does.
Yeah, he is. Even though he buzzed his hair, like he had no hair, he was still the center of the stage. He was in the spotlight. He's a beast.
Indeed.
Now that we already talk about good music, what do you think about Eurodance?
We love
Next question.
Eurodance.
Next question, please. No, Eurodance, it's a phase that everyone goes. Some go for it for years, some go for one song and that's it, but it's a phase.
Yeah, it's everybody has to go through it. You know, there are phases in life like you're born, you know, you're a toddler, you're preteens, Eurodance, puberty, adulthood. It's just one of those things. You have to go through it.
Yeah, man. You're born. You learn to walk. You learn to talk.
You hear
You listen to some Eurodance.
Yeah,
You go to high school. You know.
yeah. But yeah, some people are stuck in that phase forever, and
Yeah, like me.
like myself included, definitely.
What's your favorite Eurodance act?
Gigi D'Agostino.
And how does this influence your music?
I don't know. I guess it does. Like,
Careful. Be very careful what you're saying next.
I'm gonna have to ask the manager what's No, I don't know. Like, I guess definitely like some of the melodies and the general like vibe.
Dude.
What?
Oh my god. We're actually having a conversation about Eurodance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
But have you ever been at a DJ Bobo show? It's awesome.
Unfortunately not. Maybe one day.
Okay, I leave the last question for Marcel.
Our typical last question is, what is your favorite song at this moment?
At this moment, it's probably Discipline of Enthusiasm by Lorenzo Senni. It is a sort of I think it's from the last year. It's like this like new type of trance music, I would call it. Like deconstructed trance or something like that. It's very interesting, very like something that I've never heard before, and I was just blown away by it when I heard it the first time. The entire album that he released last year, Scaccomatto, is just fantastic.
Okay. What's about you, Leevi?
My favorite song at the moment is Rocket by Def Leppard. Fuck
Cool
everyone. That song is so bitching. It's perfect. It's like it embodies. It's the perfect embodiment of 80s stadium rock.
Yeah.
Rocket by Def Leppard. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready.
Get ready to rock. So, Pia, what's your favorite song at the moment?
Mine is by Adept, and the song is called Rewind the Tape. It's on the last album, Sleepless, and it kind of breaks up this album it changes the style a bit, and it's an homage on the early days of the band as well. So they say, I miss the kids we used to be. And I think that's a very beautiful way to think about yourself in the past.
Yeah.
Wow.
Indeed. Well, I gotta listen to it now.
Yeah, do that. Marcel, what's your favorite song?
My favorite metal song at this moment is Avenged Sevenfold with Hail to the King.
Nice.
And my favorite Eurodance song at the moment is Falco, Mutter, der Mann mit dem Koks ist da.
You have to translate that.
How do I find that? I don't know what you said.
I don't know what I'm trying to write here.
Yeah.
The song's called Mother, the guy with the cocaine is here.
By Falco.
Mother
By
of the
Falco.
guy who has cocaine.
Yes.
Okay. Take a dive to
good
the
old
deep
one.
end, bro.
Well, even that guy has to have a mom.
Yeah,
That's deep.
true.
That's sad.
So, thank you for being here. Thank you for being our guest in this awesome podcast episode about your upcoming album, Hyperactive, and also, your band history, kind of.
Yeah, thank you for having us. It's been awesome.
It's been great. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and for you out there, now that you listen to this podcast, go listen to the songs of Hyperactive that have already been released. Or if you listen to this when the album is already released, listen to it. As the guy said, it's mind-blowing, it's life-changing. It is the best therapy that you can get in these pandemic times, I guess. So, thank you for listening. Have a good time and bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.